Hey everyone, welcome back to Bird Talk with Terrence Mathis. I'm William Brandon. Please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel Atlanta Sports Unlimited and turn on those notifications so you don't miss an episode. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the simplest fantasy sports game on the market. You can pick players from multiple sports, Trey Young, Matt Ryan, pick the over and under. Sign up using the code ASU, and Prize Picks will 100% match your first deposit up to $100. Download it for free in the App Store or the Google Play. You see, we're smiling today, people. It's Victory Monday. The Falcons defeated the Carolina Panthers 29-21 and improved their record to 6-7. How do you feel today on Monday or Thursday?
Phil, you know what? We said this was one of those games they should win. I'm not surprised about it. We talked about how would Carolina play with a new offensive coordinator, and they played extremely well. You got to think about it. Falcons did what they had to do. They capitalized 14 points off of two turnovers that the Carolina Panthers had, and that was the difference in the game right there. And that's what you have to do. The teams you're supposed to beat, you should beat, and that's what the Falcons did. I thought we ran the ball well. Wish we would have ran it a little bit more with Cordero Patterson. I think that we have found something, especially on that left side of the line. We run the ball very well there, but you're going to have to balance it off because people watch the film. 49ers watch this film, and they're going to shore up to make sure that you're not going to be able to run the ball to your left, their right side of the defense. So I think they did, Matt Ryan was effective and efficient. Gage, he stepped up again. Hurst off an injury, got him a touchdown. And so I thought it was a really good football game. And of course, cool making field goals. I mean, it's almost like Steph Curry shooting threes.
Yeah.
When it hits his foot, it was like, oh, that's good. It's like Steph Curry when it leaves his hand, oh, that's good. So, that's our version of Steph Curry kicking a football. Defensively, um, did well. At the end of the day, especially facing that uh, read option game, I thought they handled it very well. Gave up some plays on the back end, but that's okay. Terrell played well. Um, we lost the safety with Eric Harris. We lost him for the year, but Richie Grant, who I thought was going to be starting day one, and was so happy we uh, we
Right.
signed him. He's a thumper. So it's come. I think right now the way this Falcons team is going about their business, um, they're going to have a chance in every game. Every game they play here on out, they're going to have a chance. And the thing is when they have opportunity to create turnovers and get turnovers, you got to capitalize on that. And you can't turn the ball over, especially these last 4 weeks in the season.
Yeah, definitely. There was a lot of good stuff that I was happy to see. Like you said, Cordero Patterson continues to ball out. First, I was surprised when I saw this first Falcons player to have 5 rushing and 5 receiving touchdowns in the same year. So that was
Right.
impressive. Like
Yeah.
you said, Hayden Hurst came back, first game back, and he caught a
Yeah.
touchdown. So that was
Yeah.
instrumental. Russell Gage
Yeah.
keeps making tough catches on third downs and
Yeah.
especially across that middle.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What's because you've made your living doing that. What's that like going across that middle? How do you prepare yourself and you're fixing to get hit and it's a big third down?
Well, most guys that can do that have been hit before,
Mhm.
and they're still alive. So so that's what gives you your confidence and your courage. I've talked about it before. Is that I remember my freshman year in college, I got hit and thought I was dead, but I
Yeah.
was not. And I said, if I can survive this hit, I can survive anything. And then, I just that confidence and that trust to know that, hey, you're gonna get hit, so you might as well catch the ball. You're gonna get hit, you drop the ball, you're gonna still get hit. So the thing is, you just got to have that. First of all, it's all about I don't care attitude.
Yeah.
No, I don't care. Throw me the ball anywhere. I'm gonna catch it, make some plays, move the chain, maybe break a tackle and score. So I didn't care where you told me to run routes. I was gonna run it and do my job. I never shied away from the middle. At the end of the day, you gotta have a big boy, you gotta have some guts to go across that middle. Well, and you know, respectfully so, the middle is not the way it used to be when I played.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely isn't. There's gonna be
Right.
a lot more flags being thrown about. I'm not gonna get off topic with the Falcons, but you made me. A thought came to my head. Did you saw that play Chase Claypool did the other day when they were playing, and they got the first down, but ended up running out of time. And I was just curious, what was your mind frame always when you're in a 2 minute drill and you know the clock is running out? I mean, everybody should know to get the ball back, right?
Yeah.
You can't do a
Well,
line of scrimmage.
yeah. First thing you do, you don't sit the ball down. You don't. It's not all about beating your chest. We got the first down. Blah blah blah. You're in a 2 minute drill.
Mhm.
You got to be a sense of urgency. You got to know that okay, where I am, where am I on the field? Let me take the ball to the hash and put it down, and then let the referees adjust it.
Yeah.
Can't just let the ball go and then look downfield like hey, it's a first down, and look back and go, oh, we're in a 2 minute drill. That's just that's when you out there playing for yourself.
Yeah.
That's selfish, pretty much. When you do things like that, that's selfish. And at the end of the day, there was some jawing going on a whole day whatsoever, and I get that, but you can't allow that to take you out of being or knowing the situation in the game. And I think he did that.
Yeah, and I didn't want to get off topic. I just thought about
Right,
it because you always handled your business when you played the game. I never
right.
seen you get out of pocket or out of character anytime playing. So I was just curious to what goes in behind that. And I'll get back on the Falcons. The Falcons defense, they played well. Michael Walker got a pick
Uh,
six. Did you see how fast he was running
yeah,
that pick six back?
yeah,
I mean, he
yeah,
came from a long ways and outran a
yeah.
lot of guys.
Yeah, he did. Here's a young guy that after that deserves to be on the field more.
Hmm.
You know, you got to understand is that sometimes you find guys on your roster that don't know any better.
Yeah.
But when I say that, the game is not too big for them. They just want to go out there and play, and they're not realizing the magnitude of the game or who they're playing against, Cam Newton to Brady or whoever it may be. It doesn't matter to them.
Yeah.
They're just out there doing their job and want to contribute. And you got to find those type of guys on your roster, and that rejuvenates and excites the offense, the defense, and the special teams when you have guys on the field that's doing those things. And because now you're looking at it, oh, wait a minute, he played most of the whole year and he's making plays like that, and I'm not.
Yeah.
So you start to play a little bit harder because you don't want to get in that meeting room and say, see, this guy, he's been on the sideline all year long, but he's been preparing himself mentally. Then when he gets in the game, he executes what we said to do. And you guys been here for 14, 15 weeks and still making mental errors.
Yeah.
So that's you don't want to hear that. So when you just got to go, okay, now I don't want to be that guy in that meeting room. So this rookie, this young guy ain't gonna outplay me the rest of the day.
And speaking of that, I know that cornerback room. I mean, AJ Terrell continues to shine. He had another pick, and he almost had a fantastic second interception.
Right.
I mean, I couldn't even believe the play he made on that second ball. But
But here's the thing: with when he came back from injury, and the way he has been playing has rejuvenized that secondary.
yes,
Um, yeah, they give up plays at times, but they don't give up as many as they used to.
you're right about that.
Um, I think when we think about it, when I talk about, you gotta have that lead dog in the room
Hmm.
that expires the whole group, and that's AJ Terrell. He goes out there, he's a showstopper, he's making plays, he's batting balls down, creating havoc, getting interceptions, and he's walking around like he's the baddest dude in town.
Hmm.
So it's infectious. So everybody else want to be a part of that, and everybody else don't want to let him down because they want to play at that level because they're reading it, they're seeing it. AJ Terrell, another corner going, what about me?
Yeah,
I'm playing, I'm shutting people down. What about me? So I'm gonna show them I'm just as good.
yeah,
So that's what you want. You want that competition. Now that's not being selfish by the other guy. It's just that competition. So when that competition rises, okay, I'm gonna get more interceptions to him. I'm gonna have more breakups than him. I'm gonna have more tackles than him. Okay, Guess what that does? It makes the whole team better. Some guys will be like, oh, why is he getting all the attention? I'm a dude too, but you still out there not paying attention and doing your job. You worrying about him and you pouting about him getting attention and you getting toasted. So I think that what AJ Terrell has done is to become that young lead dog in that room, and everybody is buying in and jumping on board and playing well. So now we just need it in in all the other rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And I think on the offensive side of the ball, I think with Cordero Patterson's attitude and his demeanor, um, almost nonchalant, it don't matter demeanor, I'm gonna do what I do, is helping that offense to try to find some identity. And I think, when he's on the field and when he's playing, we have a chance.
I know something you had mentioned a couple weeks ago. We were talking about like personal foul calls and how they'll get missed, and you're like, hey, they'll get back, but they won't call the flag. And Matt Ryan yesterday on that 2-point conversion, they grabbed his face mask, almost pulled him
Mm-hmm.
down, and everybody was complaining.
Right.
When they went to defense, Deion Jones tackled, I forgot who it was. He tackled the Carolina running back, but he pulled his face mask, and they didn't throw a flag, and they were
Right.
mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Terrence said they're
It
going to do
gets
that.
back. Yeah. It, People, you can get upset, but at the same time, you gotta sit there and wait, because they know they missed the call.
Yeah.
And I was talking to somebody, a buddy of mine yesterday, and we were talking about referees,
Mhm.
and we're like, well, referees are fans too. You gotta understand. You think you can find a crew that's just objective in a game?
Yeah.
You don't think these men, these humans, don't have a favorite team or a favorite player? Come on, man. They get caught up too when you're in the game. Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about this. If you've been in a referee, you've been refereeing for 10 years, and you're a Tom Brady fan,
Yeah, that happened to
and
you.
you get a chance to ref his game. You're gonna find yourself watching him and not paying 100% attention to what you're supposed to be doing. So you're gonna miss some calls. That's why people say Tom Brady get all the calls, because the referees are fans of Tom Brady. It's just a human nature. It's not like they're trying to let him win. It's
Yeah.
just that things happen and they start to be fans and watch the game. And that's why in today's game, over the last couple of years, every referee has a mic on,
Yeah.
so they can talk to each other. Did you see that? No, I didn't. It was a such and such. Well, let's talk about it. Let's have a conference about it. So now they're talking to each other, and yeah, they miss some calls, but you know what? They make a whole lot of correct ones too.
I'm gonna get back on the defense for a second. I know Cam Newton, he made a big, it wasn't a big, it was a first down run, but Deion Jones laid the wood on him when he
Right.
got,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
and that's that ferocity we've been missing. I mean, he got it, but he knew for sure he got licked.
Yeah. Well, and that's the same thing in the fourth quarter when he hit PJ Tucker.
Yeah.
Hit him right in the face. Look, I'd take that personal foul, because you know what? God dog it. You're in a playoff hunt.
Walker, yeah.
You're in a playoff hunt. You gotta put some stuff on film that's gonna put some fear into some people. And Deion Jones hitting people like that, I'd take that 15-yard penalty, because now they know, the quarterback know, I can't sit in this pocket and be pretty, because he's gonna come hit me. Or if I run the ball, I can't be pretty thinking, oh, he's gonna slow down, but he's gonna tag me. So here's the thing. Right now, you got to play the best physical football that you can play defensively,
Yeah.
and create turnovers to give your offense a chance to score points via touchdown or field goal. And then you have a chance to win a ball game. And you're sitting right there. And the funny thing is, you're sitting right there, and two of the last four teams that you face are still in the playoff run too.
Yeah.
And you beat them, you have a chance, because that's on the NFC side whatsoever. You can be spoilers, but also stand up and move up in the race. Think about it. You beat the 49ers, what, 7-6 right now? You beat them, you're tied with them at 7-7. And then the same thing right now, I think the Saints are
Washington
6
and
or
Minnesota.
7. Yeah, the Saints are 6-7.
Yeah,
So
correct.
you're sitting there. That's the other team in your conference that you face. Now
Mhm.
you have a chance to go 2 games up on everybody that's sitting there still in the race. But you can't slip up. You can't slip up against a Detroit or Buffalo. You can't slip up. Every game is a play. I said this 3 weeks ago. We're in the playoffs right now. Right now. You don't want to be that team. You don't want to be that team losing and looking at the scoreboard, hoping teams. You
Look,
want to
yeah.
control your own destiny. Do your job and say, we did what we had to do, and sit back and wait what happens. That's the best feeling in the world. But if you have to every game, if you lose a game, you bet, oh, I hope they lose too.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You just take care of your business. And right now you shouldn't be scoreboard watching anyway. It
Yeah.
should be all about us. It's about us doing our job. We can't worry about what other people are doing right now.
If they win those games, more than likely they're gonna be in. They win
Right.
all of those games, they're gonna be
Yeah.
in. And the
Yeah.
thing about that, we know when a team goes on a run like that in December, it
Yeah.
carries over into
It carries
January.
on. It really does. It really does. And I think was it you that asked me, do you want this football team to be in the playoffs?
Yes, it was me.
And I say, yes, you do, for the experience.
Mhm.
Not only for the experience, it's also it's a good look come free agency time,
Yeah.
because now you can court a free agent and say, see, we made the playoffs. With you, we can go deeper in the playoffs.
Yeah.
With you, we can win our division. So that's a selling point going to the playoffs. You go to playoffs, okay, you may drop out of the top 20 in
Yeah.
the draft, but shoot, we had no money anyway, so it don't matter.
Um, Dion, excuse me. One thing I want to say about the defense, one last thing is, that previous game they gave up 203 rushing yards. They only gave
Right.
up 91 rushing yards this
Yeah.
weekend. And that
Yeah.
was a catalyst to keep them one dimensional. So if
Yeah.
they can do that to the 49ers and keep them, because yes, they got Debo Samuel and yes, they've got Kittle, but if you can neutralize that running game, they're going to have a good shot. Like you said, Eric Harris is out for the year with a torn pectoral
Hmm.
muscle, so
Right.
we will be missing him. Um, the Falcons have played them 80 games. 49ers lead 47 wins to the Falcons 32, and they both had a
Right.
tie. The
Mhm.
Falcons have won 2 straight against the Niners, dating back to 2016, and they also
Mhm.
beat the NFC champion Niners in 2019. That was Shanahan's first matchup against his
Yeah.
former team, but we know there's not many players left on this Falcons team that
Mm.
Shanahan
Right.
coached. I know you've had your fair share of games against the Niners because they were in the division, NFC
Mhm.
West. But I went back and looked. Your first time playing them was a Jet, and you went out there, had 4 catches, 111 yards. You were a young man. Then what did that feel like? You look across and you see the greatest receiver of all time, and you're over here like, man, I just balled out.
Man, I was, you know, right before kickoff, I was on one knee looking across the field, and I go, "Oh my God, there's Joe Montana, there's Jerry Rice, there's Roger Craig." I said, "Oh my goodness, John Taylor," and I'm looking and I'm going, "Dreams come true." I said, "I can't believe this." And boy, they got the ball first, and it was like a video game. Touchdown. I was like, there was, when I say flawlessness,
Yeah.
it was, I was like, oh my God, this is just beautiful to watch. And I got a chance to play quite a bit in the game, and most of my yardage came late in the game, but I can always, that was my first experience against the great 49ers. And the funny thing about it was, um, when I came to the Falcons and we started playing them and twice a year, the respect that I started getting from the organization,
Mhm.
whatsoever. And funny story, when I was with the Jets, Pete Carroll was the defensive coordinator.
Okay.
So when I went to the Falcons, uh, Pete became, he was the head coach with the Jets, and he moved around a little bit. Then he became the defensive coordinator with the 49ers.
Mhm.
So when Pete Carroll became the head coach with the Jets, he didn't want to sign me back, and he didn't sign me back. So I became a free agent. So I remember before we played, and I ran up to him. He hugged. They used to call me Peanut because I was so little. What's up, Peanut? How you doing? Blah blah blah. He said, "You having a great career over here." He's dabbing me up. I said, "Hey, Pete, guess what?" He said, "What?" I said, "I'm gonna kick your ass today." And he looked at me. I said, "For not signing me back, I'm gonna kick your ass today." And I said, "And every time we play, y'all, and every time you're a coordinator, I'm gonna kick your." And we laughed. And then after the game, I seen him and I said, "I told you, we may have lost, but I kicked your."
Yeah.
And that was, the thing about professionals is that you know your job,
Mhm.
you know your assignment, you 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 know what plays it's gonna be run, you know the situations, you know the plays in every situation. But there's sometimes in a game where you have to find something to motivate you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's one of those things, okay, I know, but something happens and it could be, when everybody says, well, they must have read the newspaper about what they said and they put it on
Mhm.
the board and they
Yeah.
want to, but that is true. It's a metaphor type thing, but that is true. When you always I want to get back at Pete Carroll because he didn't resign me as a Jet. So
Yeah.
every time I play a Pete Carroll team, I'm gonna put it on him. You know, uh, here's another one for you: the Rams. I went to visit the Rams as a free agent. They didn't want to sign me as a free agent, and I says, okay. Every time I play the Rams, I'm gonna show you what you missed.
Yes.
Then same thing with the Saints. They called blah blah blah. I said, oh, you didn't want to sign me? I'm gonna show you what you missed. So it was always these things. And I say that because here it is, this Falcons team with 4 games left.
Hmm.
There's something to play for. There's something to motivate you. And you should wake up every day going over to that facility going, we're going to find something. There's going to be a game plan. There's going to be a situation that's going to help us win a football game. There's no more like, well, we're rebuilding. Wait till next year. No, now we in the thick of this thing.
Exactly.
And if you
Yeah.
can't get up and say, look, 4 more rounds, we need to win these 4 more rounds to get into the championship round, to get into to get an opportunity to get into the championship bracket. You see
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, God, dog, you got to get it. This is Monday. When you walk in Monday, look, watching film and you should be getting excited. And then Tuesday, you got your day off, that which should, right now, you going Tuesdays is usually days off. You in a playoff hunt. Ain't no day off. You getting together with your teammates and you at the facility lifting and you going through some things because you're trying to win. You're not out shopping and doing all the, oh, Monday night, let me get on the plane and go to New Orleans or New York or Florida, whatever. No, no, no. Right now, the sacrifice needs to start. Ain't no going out to the lounge, to the party, to the club. Ain't none of that. No. Right now, you got to be focused, and play your best and get prepared and be that dude for your team.
Yeah, they've got to stay focused, and that's the key. If they can stay focused and control the run game on defense and keep that offensive going, sky's the limit. The 49ers, that's a game I feel like they can win.
Right.
Buffalo and the Colts going to be tough, but they
Yes.
come home for Detroit and they come
Mm-hmm.
home for New
Yes.
Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to win these games, and they can do it. They can do it.
But, but wait, here's the thing. A game like San Francisco, we
Mm-hmm.
can't travel to San Francisco and be conservative and play tight, call the game tight. Hey man, look, it's a playoff game.
Yeah.
Let it fly. Whatever. At least you can say. Well, at least you can look at your sheet, flip that thing over, and says, "I used everything on the sheet. I let it go."
I
Don't
will.
be conservative. Don't come on, man. It's 2nd and 1. Don't run the football there. Throw it deep because they're expecting you to run it. throw it deep. No, okay, now 3rd and 1, you get it. You put Cordell Patterson in there with your fullback. You're gonna get the first down, but do something different. Come on, man.
Yeah, I was proud to see some things different. I mean,
Yep.
one Arthur Smith challenge. I don't recall him challenging
Yeah.
anything all year. I was surprised. And a flea flicker. I was like, oh, they're doing flea flickers. Okay,
Yeah.
it
And
didn't come off correctly, but
William, them two things you just mentioned was the most comical things that I laughed at in the game. Other than
okay,
that, I thought it was a well-coached game. I thought they was prepared. I thought they adjusted well. But what was funny about
yeah.
the
Tell me what?
challenge in the call was after the decision came in, he still didn't believe it.
Yeah, he was shaking his.
And I was like, film don't lie. All you could say was, well, oh, I gave it a chance. But he was upset
Yeah,
that it didn't get overturned. And I was like, come on, man. It wasn't like, it was like he was looking into the thing too. And he was like, nope, it's a first down. You didn't even see it. You couldn't even look at it. So you got to take it. So after that, that's one of those things where you say, when you lose a challenge like that, you let it go. So we got to move on.
yeah,
Can't worry about that anymore. Let's move on. And the flea flicker was funny because of the fact they were on the hash. They
mm-hmm.
weren't in the middle of the field. If it was in the middle of the field and you was trying to go to the left side of the field with the ball, there would have been more room. But
Okay,
doing it in the boundary like that on that hash, I thought you might have been throwing the ball to the wide side of the field with somebody coming over, but and I said, "Oh my God!" And then he got bailed out. I was like, "Oh
yeah.
Lord,
Well, I
oh
appreciate you explaining that on what was
yeah,
wrong with the flea flicker because
yeah,
yeah, I was.
yeah." You usually do that in the middle of the field, and you usually that way you can spread the defense. You
Mm-hmm.
can crisscross people and do things and create bigger windows. But when you only look into the hash
Mm-hmm.
with a flea flicker, there's no room over there. There's no
Yeah.
room. There's nobody biting on anything. So, flea flickers are usually done in the middle of the field where you got guys crossing and doing things and getting people confused. And you may have people crossing and one guy coming out of the backfield, sneaking up the sideline while
Yeah.
they're trying to figure out where everybody is, and you hit that guy. So I was like, flea flicker on that right there on the hash, short side of the field. Hmm. But other than that, we got away with it. So
Yeah, and I didn't, like I
it
said, I
didn't
didn't really
cost
have
us.
too many things. The special teams could have been better on the coverage unit. They had some penalties
Yeah.
that led to good field position, but hopefully those are things he'll get cleaned up.
We need some speed.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why we need some speed. Where did you watch that Sunday night game and that them? Oh my God, those perimeter guys for the Bears,
Mm-hmm.
them dudes can flat out fly. And that's why I thought Zacchaeus was going to be on the field for us more because he
He
can
can
flat
fly.
out fly. He catch an under route, a shallow cross up under the backers. You hit him, he turned that thing up. Nobody's catching it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going, why is he not playing more? I mean, because I'm not, here it is. I'm not saying anything bad about the other receivers whatsoever, but at the end of the day, our yards after the catch are very lacking.
Mm-hmm.
We catch the ball and fall.
I,
I want to see,
I
and I'm
know.
looking at these other guys around the league and they're catching balls and going, hmm. I'm going, oh my God. I says, we need some guys like that.
Mm-hmm.
I said, shoot, if I'm GM, I'm finding me, maybe not a cheetah, but he's gonna be a jaguar. I gotta get me some dudes that can run
Mm-hmm.
and not like their hair on fire. That's what I want. Some guys running like their hair on fire.
What you got for us to end the show, T?
Man, I don't have much. Here it is. We're about 18, 19 days to the new year. And here's a chance to finish this year out with loving more, caring more, doing more, giving more, going into the beginning of the year. Uh, I, every year when the year starts, my wife and I, we go on a 21-day fast. And the first day of the fast, we always write down 10 to 15 things that we want to see happen in the year. Last week, I went into my journal and I looked and I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. But there was four, I had 12 things on there, and there was four of them that happened.
Mhm.
And I said, oh, I got time for the other eight. And I do. God works in mysterious ways. But what I'm saying this to say this, William, is that all the things that you set out, look back and think about this year. Did you accomplish the things you want to accomplish? And if you didn't, why didn't you?
Mhm.
Was it because you was concerned about coworker? Were you more concerned about a friend having more? Or are you on social media and looking what other people have and you buying and get that and not worrying about yourself? So let's let's clean our souls, our spirits, and our minds for these last 18 days and let's go into 2022 fresh, renewed, rebooted with goals set, realistic goals. I'm
Yeah.
not talking about putting goals in there. I want to be a billionaire at the end of the year. You know, realistic goals, debt free. I want to be healthy. I want my kids to be safe. I want my kids to finish school. Some realistic goals.
Mhm.
I want to be I want to get promoted on my job. I want, those type of things. I want to have extra, at the end of the week after I pay bills. Let's set some realistic goals because that's going to make you happy. Don't worry about everybody else. Make you happy because when you're happy, other people are happy.
True
So I'm going
that.
to leave it at that.
True
Mhm.
that. Hope everyone has a great day. Make sure that you subscribe to Atlanta Sports Unlimited and sign up for Prize Picks. Have a great day, everyone.
Peace.